If your body feels tight or tired or like a stranger, this is for you. Let's reconnect to our bodies again, without pressure, just movement that feels good. Welcome everyone, I'm so glad that you're here with me. Today's class is gentle, slow moving, total beginners, and it's all about coming home to yourself and getting back into your body again. Whether you're stiff, tired, or just feeling a little bit disconnected, this space is for you. You don't need to do anything perfectly, you don't need to push. This is just a moment to move, to breathe, and to remember that your body is a place of comfort and power. We'll move through the full body today, hips, a bit of spine, a bit of arms, using simple belly dance movements that are going to release tension in your body and restore flow. All low impact, all beginner friendly, and designed to leave you feeling better than when you started. If this kind of movement supports you, I'd love it if you would subscribe or visit my Patreon. It helps me keep creating this space. And of course, giving this video a like, a follow, or a comment helps me as well. But for now, clear a little space, wear something comfortable, and let's get started. All right, let's warm up. We're going to start with little plie. Plie, stretching the arms overhead and down, crossing the arms. Plie. Stretch overhead and down. One more. Arms down. Let's roll the shoulders. Roll up and back within your range. Just getting in touch with the body, warming it up, other way. Rolling through, full range of motion as much as you can in a nice, easy, gentle way. We're gonna roll one with little lunge. Roll, 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 and roll. Now we're circling the arm behind the head with a little lunge, opening the chest. A little bit of playfulness here, just moving the body. There's no right or wrong. Good. Lifting and lowering those ankles. Warming up the feet, the ankles, and the knees. Circle the knees. Circle. Circle. And the other way. Always really important to warm up all those joints before you start doing any kind of movements. Good. Feet a little wider apart. Circling the hips. Circle. Circle. Nice and loose. Other way. Circle. Circle. Keeping the chest lifted. Good. We're just gonna scoop, scoop, scoop. It's not a technical thing. Just warming up the hips, warming up the sides, all the joints. Good. Good. Do a little bit of a cat and cow here, small and gentle. And go slower if you like. Getting that spine starting to move. It doesn't matter if the move is very small and stiff for you. That's okay. With time, you'll start to feel more and more fluid. Well done. Okay, the first belly dance move we're going to look at is our hip lifts, or piston hips as they're sometimes called, because it's quite a piston-y action. So we're just going to start with a little march on the spot. Little march, but relaxed in the body. Relax, not like this. Still up in the chest, up in the shoulders, relaxing down, but relaxed in the lower body. Just relaxed. We're not marching like a soldier, we're quite relaxed in the lower body. Good. All right, lifting the feet less and less and less. So they're only coming off the floor very little bit, but feel what the body is doing, feel what the knees are doing. All right, leaving the feet on the floor. Just the knees. Just the knees going back and forth. Good. Back and forth, back and forth. Nice. And you can see it's starting to have a reaction on my hips. They're lifting and lowering because my knees are going back and forth. Now this can only happen if you keep both the knees and the lower body quite relaxed. If you're keeping it really rigid, you're going to find that the hips are not really moving. So keep it soft, keep both the knees soft, never straightening one knee completely. And this can take time and practice, especially if you're new, so don't worry about that. Just play with it, have fun with it, enjoy moving your body. All of these kind of moves are really good for your hips, really good for your hip flexors, also good for your glutes and thighs because they're working out doing this move as well. So if they're starting to feel pain from being in this position, shake it out, shake it out. If you're not used to it, you might start to tire really quickly, and that's okay. Shake it out and come back. Good. Just lifting nice and gently. And this is the base for many, many belly dance movements. So it's a really good one to know. Up, 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 up. Like a gentle rocking inside the pelvis, side to side. Amazing. Keeping the chest lifted, breathing, just being in this moment with your body. Well done. And breathing. The arms staying nice and long to the side in a V, a low V. Again, they might tire, so shake them off whenever you need. They're getting a good workout just by being here. Keep rolling back in those shoulders. Well done. Breathing. Feeling the floor beneath your feet. Few more. Good. Shake it out, roll it out. Okay, we are going to look at our hip slides now. So feet just under the hips, maybe slightly wider. You might have to play around with what feels good for you. And we're going to think about our hips moving on a horizontal plane, side to side. So starting with that left hip, we're going to slide it to the side, pushing our weight over that standing leg and bringing it back to the center. Slide and center. Again, doesn't matter if the movement is really small. This is really good for improving mobility and flexibility in your hip area, your lower back, and your hip abductors, your hip flexors. Sliding and center. Push and center. Push and center. Let's try the other way. So the idea is that the upper body is staying still in the middle. Push over that right leg and back. Over the right leg and back. Over the right and back. Push and back. Out and in. Out. Good. Try and feel what muscles are working, what's happening here in the leg. And side. And center. Other side. Side. And center. Again. Side. And center. Side. And center. Well done. Keep that chest lifted. Remember, you can always stop and shake it out if you need to. And in. Side. And in. And side. And in. Okay, without that stop, we're going to slide. Straight from one side to the other. Good. And slide. Slide. How nice does that feel in the hips? So good. And slide. slide. Lifted, relax. Lower the arms if they're starting to feel tired, or put them on your head for a change. 3 with the arms. Just keeping the posture as open as you can. Let's try a little bit quicker. Slide, and slide, and slide, and slide. So quicker means smaller. We're not going to get as big a movement when we go fast as when we go slow. So we try a little quicker. Slide, slide, slide. Let my movements become much smaller. I don't have time to go all the way over there. Good. Breathing. Well done. Shake it out. All right, we're going to stay with that movement now, but we're going to do a hip bump instead of a hip slide. So it's kind of like a combination of our hip slide and our piston hips that we did right at the beginning. So again, feet hip width are slightly wider, and we're sliding. But this time, we're gonna add a knee. So that knee is gonna bend and straighten, not lock, straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. It doesn't have to be a very sharp action. I'm slightly exaggerating it so you can really see. It can be soft or it can be sharp. Completely up to you and what's feeling good in your body right now. Up. Bend, straight. Bend, straight. And straight doesn't mean locked. Just means slightly straighter. Slightly straighter, but not locked. Yeah, keep it soft. Bam. Bam. Let's try the other side. Bending, bending, and straightening. Good. And let the other knee just do whatever is natural. Keep it soft, keep it relaxed in the lower body. It's all right if it doesn't feel relaxed today. If it's feeling stiff, it's feeling rigid, that's okay. It's all part of the process. With time, these movements start to get into your body because they're actually very natural to our bodies. But we're so out of touch with it from sitting or doing things that don't allow these kind of movements, especially side to side movements. So it's really, really good for you. And side. And side. Side. Okay, let's go right to left, left to right. Left, right, left, right. Swinging and bumping that hip. Bump, bump. Like if you had a wall there and you're trying to bang your hip against it gently. You're not trying to knock it over. Just tapping it. Bam, 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 bam. Good. 1, 2, 1, 2. Excellent. Okay, let's try going 2 to the left. 1, 2, 2 to the right. So they become smaller. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. Keep breathing. Keep that chest lifted. Singles, singles. Bam, 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 bam. Well done. Okay, we've got another move to learn. A really fun one are single leg hip drops and lifts. So, we want to be on the diagonal for this. We want to really be sat in that back leg. So this is where the activation of the glutes, the hamstrings come in, and all this area is working out well in a gentle way. So we're thinking about this front hip and this knee. We're going to lift by straightening the knee and bending it. Again, remember, look, straight doesn't mean locked, it just means straighter. Lift and down. And down. Good. Lifting and dropping. Really sitting on that back leg and dropping. Let's switch to the other side. Lifting and dropping. lifting and dropping. Excellent. Lift and drop. And lift and drop. Other side. Lift. All right, if you're doing good with that, you can start thinking about squeezing that side to get the lift as well. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. Close the feet. Other side. Lift and drop. Squeeze and drop. Gentle. Squeeze. Release. Squeeze. Release. Come to center. Other foot in front. Other side. Lifting and dropping. If you've been here before and you're well acquainted with this step, you can do them quicker. And drop. Sometimes it's good to do them slow and really feel what's happening in the body. Get in touch with it. Change. Other side. Lift and drop. Lift, and you can play with the hands and the arms as well because you have time. Slower. Drop. Feet together. Other side. Lift and drop. Lift and drop. Lift and drop. Feet together. Other side. Should we try a little bit quicker? Lift, drop. Lift, drop. Lift, drop. Lift, drop. You can stay slow. It's totally fine. Lift, drop. Other side. Lift and drop. Really with your weight on that standing leg. Lift and drop. Knee and side. Breathing. Lift and drop. Lift and drop. Close the feet. Other side. Lift and drop. Lift, drop. Good. Okay. Woo, well done. We've now come to the application part of the class. So if you're new here, that means we are just going to do a follow along dance for 2 songs. And we're going to use the techniques that we've just been learning in a short repetitive choreography. So have fun, just follow along, enjoy it. Don't worry about getting it right. Don't worry about remembering anything. Just enjoy it and let your body feel the benefits of moving in this intuitive way. Okay, we're starting off with some piston hips. Slide, slide. Other side and center. Slide and center. Now side, center, side, center without that pause in the center. Good. Single leg. Hip lift. Drop. Lift. And drop. Lift. And drop. Close the legs. Other side. Lift and drop. Lift and drop. Lift and drop. Center. Hip lifts. Okay, we're going for our hip bumps. 2 to the left. Bump. Other side. 2 to the right. And side. 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 Again. To the left. To the right. Hip lift. Up. Down. Lift and down. Again. Lift and down. Close. Other side. Lift. Down. Lift. Down. Lift. Down. And center. Fists and hips. We're going to go back to those hip slides. 2 to the left. Ready? And slide. Center. 2 2 to the right, slide, center. Now through the center, left, center, right, without the center pause. Side, side, hip lifts, drops. Lift and drop again. Lift and drop. Close the legs. Other side. Well done. Breathe. Enjoy it. There's no right or wrong here. It's just you. Lift. Good. Hip bumps. Side. Center. Side. Other side. Bump. Center. Side to side. Arms are optional. Side. Bump. Bump. Ready with those lifts and drops. Lift. Drop. Lift. Drop. Lift. Drop. Close. Other side. Lift. Drop. Lift. Drop. Lift. Drop. Fists and hips. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, we have some arms. Lift. And down. Lift. And down. Both arms up. One arm down. Other arm down. Both arms up. And down. Fists and hips. Bam, bam, bam. Breathing. Excellent. Okay, we have our next one now, starting again with those fists and hips. Getting into it, nice and slow, checking your posture. Single leg, lift, drop, lift, and drop. Lift, drop, close the legs, other side. Lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, and center. Hips, hip bumps, double hip bumps. Okay, this move we didn't do today, but just play with it. Just a little hip swivel there. Hip bumps, double. Just let your body move naturally there. Whatever it feels like, doesn't matter. A little bit of freedom to play. Fists and hips, arms, optional if you feel like adding some arms. Okay, hip slides to the left, slide, center, slide, center, other side, slide, slide, side to side, slide, slide. Keep that chest lifted. Slide. Ready with those double hip bumps. 1, 2. Small, gentle. And sway those hips. Good. Again. Bump. 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 Sway. Enjoy it. Fists and hips. You're doing great. Your body is loving this, believe me. Keep that chest lifted. Okay, we're going back to those hip lifts and drops. Lift and drop. Lift and drop. Lift and drop to the center, other side. Lift and drop. Lift and drop. Lift and drop. Lift. Hip bumps. Bam, bam. Sway. Again. Double. Gentle. Hip up, fists and hips. Hip lifts. Optional arms up and through the center. Other way. Hip hip slides, slide, center, slide, to the right, both sides, left and right, left and right. Hip bumps, sway, and bump, 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 sway, and breathe. Amazing. You've done it. I hope you enjoyed that. It is time now to shimmy. We always finish off with a little shimmy. So if this is your first time shimmying, that's great. You've come to the right place. Hips, feet under the hips. Remember those piston hips we were doing earlier? Bending and straightening, bending and straightening. That's all they're doing, like you're going for a funny walk without moving your feet. Bam, 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 bam. You can have your feet together completely if that feels better. I like to have my feet with a little bit of gap. Some people might say that's not great, but I feel like if my feet are right under my hips, I'm getting the best motion and it's the best for my body. So play with what feels better for you. Keeping the chest lifted. Knees going back and forth, staying down, staying down. Everything's coming from the knees. You're not doing anything here, nothing in the lower back, just the knees. And breathing. Okay, you can stay with that tempo or let's go a little quicker. Double time. And this is your shimmy. And if this is not happening, don't worry. With practice, with time, your body will start to get used to the movement and it will start to really improve. Staying with that. Chest lifted, breathing. You can slow down, come out, shake it off anytime. Knees, knees. You're doing great. Breathing, relaxed but pulled up. So not stiff, not held, just up. Well done. Shake it out, shake it out. Let's cool down now that we've done all of that. Let's cool down. Let's do a few shoulder rolls and the chest as well. Arms up, stretching up through the fingers. Cross one arm behind, gentle stretch of that tricep. It doesn't matter if you're over here, wherever you're getting a stretch, that's where you should be, a gentle stretch. Arms up, other side, gentle stretch there. And out, cross it, breathe. Feel where are you feeling the stretch in your body, be aware of it, enjoy it, because it's good for you. Your body is enjoying it, let your mind enjoy it too. Get feet a little bit wider, gentle lean, stretching of the side, and center, reaching, stretching, gentle. And center. Let's stretch out the hamstring. So a bit of a runner's pose there. A little lunge. Gentle stretch. Be where you need to be to feel the stretch. And nice deep breaths. Slow, deep. Come, bringing blood and oxygen everywhere. Well, yeah. Breathing. Well done. Coming to the center. Let's rock those hips again. Gentle rocking here. Breathing. Good. Stretching out the calf muscle. Again, only go as far as you need to feel a gentle stretch. And the other leg. Good. Let's do a few pliés. So, nice wide stance, plie. Breathing out. Crossing the arms, breathing in. And breathing out. And out. One more, breathing in. And out. Amazing. Well done. I hope you enjoyed that. You didn't have to push or prove anything today, and look how you feel. Let me know in the comments how that class was for you. If you'd like to keep this energy going, I'll link another class here that you might enjoy. Or you can check out my Patreon to get even more content that is exclusive to my Patreon supporters. And if you're curious about how belly dance movements really work, I have a short tutorial on hip slides that you can explore next that I will be uploading really soon. And when I do, I will link it somewhere here as well. Thank you for moving with me today. I hope you feel at home in your body again. Sending love, and I'll see you soon. Bye.